Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How are you, dude? Yeah. Cool. To start our meeting today, I'd like to remind you that next week is the time for midterm examination. Minggu depan ujian kan ya. Nah, these are the hints for your examination next week. Jadi ada sekitar 25 soal. Itu ada number one is about the advice. Jadi nanti untuk bahasa Inggris umum ada soal mengenai giving advice. How to give advice and how to respond. The advice itu penggunaan masih ingat nggak bahasa Inggris umum belajarnya apa kemarin? Still remember? Untuk bahasa Inggris umum, kemarin kita belajar yang pertama tentang giving advice, itu yang penggunaan had better. Kemudian ada O2. Oops. Better. Kemudian O2 and should. Okay? And then number 2, oops, you will have the giving opinion. Yang kedua, giving opinion itu memberikan respon dan memberikan pendapat dan how to respond to the opinion given terhadap gimana memberikan respon terhadap opini yang diberikan. Kemudian ada formal letter, invitation, lebih ke invitation sih. Invitation letter, dan ada teks eksposisi. Oke? Okay? Well, so today, let me check the time. It's 8:50. All right. So today we are going to talk a little bit about the punctuation and capitalization. Jadi kita belajar tentang punctuation dan capitalization, a little bit sharing about these two stuffs because it relates to your text writing assignment, berhubungan dengan exposition writing assignment. Therefore, you need this punctuation and capitalization. It looks very simple, kelihatannya sangat gampang, sangat mudah dan sangat sederhana, but sometimes it becomes a very big issue in our writing. Saya lihat banyak tugas-tugasnya dari sebelum-sebelumnya banyak yang kelupaan cara penulisan punctuation, di mana buat tanda titik komanya lupa, kemudian huruf besar dan huruf kecilnya juga lupa. Remember, in writing assignment, you need to care about the punctuation and capitalization. So, the learning objectives for today is number one, to let you know about the punctuation and the capitalization, the rules, I mean, and then at the end, it is expected that you can use the punctuation and capitalization you learn and implement it in your writing. All right. Let's go to capitalization, number one. Oh, yeah, anyway, you know what capitalization is, right? Capitalization itu penulisan huruf besar ya, nak. Bahasa Indonesia juga belajar seperti ini. Just give you a little bit review about how it is in English. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris seperti apa, saya sedikit review aja. So, number one is about the capitalization. Remember that, what is this? Okay, remember that number one, the first word of the sentence must be written in capital, harus huruf besar. Kemudian look at this. This is Monday. Kenapa di sini M-nya huruf besar? Why in the word Monday? One of the rules. Ini juga rules-nya bahwa hari, tanggal, bulan, hari, kemudian the days, the month, you should write them. Season juga, musim juga harus ditulis dalam capital. Okay, and then the word I, the second rule, the word I, it is written in capital. Huruf I in English, whatever it is, apakah I-nya fungsinya sebagai subjek atau I fungsinya sebagai, you put it in the object atau the subject, dan harus tetap huruf besar penulisan I-nya. Next is the proper noun. Well, proper noun is the name of specific stuff. Jadi ada yang namanya common noun dan ada yang namanya proper noun. Kalau common noun misalnya city is the common noun, atau misalnya people is the common noun. People, person is the common noun. But when you say the proper noun, it is the name of the people. For example, kalau people common noun-nya berarti Mutia, Anissa, or Riyadi, or Derry. Those are the proper noun. Nama orang, nama tempat, nama bendanya, and the title of the person. So this is the example. The Statue of Liberty is located on Liberty Island in New York. New York, Liberty Island, Statue of Liberty are the sample of the proper noun. Kemudian when our teacher, Mr. Hill, visited his home state of Arizona, he took a short trip to see Grand Canyon. Jadi Mr. Hill, Arizona, Grand Canyon are the sample of the proper nouns. Mr. Hill ini kan nama, people, name of people. Kemudian Arizona, name of the place or the city. Grand Canyon juga name of the place of the city. Okay, Statue of Liberty, you can say it's the name of the things. Mr., that is the person title. Okay, clear, anak? What is that? Next, wait. What could I wait? All right. Next is the name of the countries, the people and the languages. So this is the example. People from Brazil are Brazilians. So the Brazil is the name of the country, and then this one, the people, Brazilians is the people, orang Brazil. So you can say Indonesia, Indonesians. It must be in capitalization later on. They speak Portuguese. Portuguese is the language, so it must be in capitalization. Okay, and then the title of the work, titles of works for it could be the titles of books, movies, or pieces of art. Jadi bisa judul satu karya, bisa buku, judul film atau judul satu hasil seni. For example, like the movie Mulan, and then the title of this one is the title of the book. Could be a movie, The Tale of Pinocchio. Remember that what you need to give the capitalization is for the content word. Jadi kata-kata seperti penghubung of misalnya atau and seperti itu. Atau ketika dia ada artikel atau and atau the, for example, in the middle of the phrase itu tidak perlu diberikan kapitalisasi, right? Next, this is the activity for you to do now. So Let's try to do this. Kita coba kerjain yang ini. Nomor 1, number 1. Yang mana harus di-capitalize, nak? Atau yang mana yang salah?
Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo, sir.
Ya,
Sao
satu
Paulo,
ya.
sir.
D-nya seharusnya ini huruf besar ya, capital. The. Mean this one. This one, ini seharusnya huruf besar D-nya. The last day to sign up for the trip to Sao Paulo. S-nya huruf besar, capital. Oops. S-nya capital, and then P-nya capital. Good. Thursday-nya benar atau enggak? Is it correct or not?
Right, sir.
Yes, this one is correct. Benar. Karena ini nama hari ya. Cool. Number 2.
D, sir.
Ya, does. And then D-nya ini huruf besar.
D.
And then Jill. Jill is the name of person. Huruf besar. Terus apa lagi, nak? Ada lagi? West Bay Apartment.
Apartemen, sir.
Ini kan nama. W-nya huruf besar. W-nya and B. Cool. Number 3.
D, sir.
Ya, D. The flight to Vancouver left late Saturday, ini benar ya. And arrive early Sunday morning. I think that's fine. Cuma D-nya. Number 4. My sister has $2. It's cool.
Rahel and Rosalyn, sir.
Rahel
and Rosalyn, sir.
Rachel and Rosalyn. Cool. And then the last, ini paling simple kayaknya.
One, sir.
O-nya huruf besar. Of the most important sporting event is the
World Cup.
Nya
World Cup.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. Now we go to the punctuation. Sekarang kita masuk ke punctuation-nya. It's a little bit tricky dan agak mudah sih sebenarnya. Yang pertama kita bahas tentang, first we talk about the period. Period is titik ya. Period, tanda titik. So look at this one. Well, you know that you put the period actually in the end of the sentence. Okay, di akhir kalimat. So when you put the period in the end of sentence, it means that the next sentence, kalimat selanjutnya seharusnya pakai huruf besar lagi karena kalimat baru dengan ide yang baru kan. Nah, this is if you do not put the period in the sentence, tapi ketika ada dua ide yang berbeda dalam kalimat itu, when you found that there are two different ideas in the sentence, in one sentence, the sentence is called as the run-on sentence. Itu nama kalimatnya nggak benar. Dan itu disebut sebagai run-on sentence. Itu salah. Look at this one. Dea and Anda went to a mall in Medan. They bought a lot of items. Nah, ini kan ada dua ideas di sini. You can find two ideas. Yang pertama, Dea and Anda went to mall in Medan. That's the first idea kan. And then the second idea is actually they bought a lot of items. Nah, you forgot to put the period here. Maka kalimat ini salah, secara punctuation-nya salah. Seharusnya di sini dibuat jadinya seperti di bawah ini. They and Nanda went to a mall in Medan, full stop, atau period. And then they bought a lot of items, period. Karena ada dua hal yang berbeda. That's usually happen in your writing. Biasanya tugas writing-nya juga sering banyak lupa titiknya di mana. Atau komanya juga di mana. So this is very simple yet tricky. Okay? And then the next one is the exclamation mark. This is very simple. Ini tanda seru ya, exclamation mark. You use the exclamation mark usually, to show your emotion. Exclamation mark itu biasanya dipakai untuk menunjukkan emosi. You can use it when you show your that you are mad, your anger, that you are angry to somebody. Or you can show a command atau perintah juga. Don't forget to put this one. Nah, biasanya Kalau di tulisan, di novel, atau di short story, if you read them, then you can sometimes use the exclamation mark when the author or the writer tries to show the emotion of the character. Apakah dia marah, apakah dia ketika dia berteriak atau menjerit and stuff. This example, stop and don't move. Gitu. These are the two of the examples of the exclamation mark. Another one is the question mark. So, yeah, this question mark, the name is question mark, so that's how you give a question. Nah, question mark. Saya sedikit review nih, karena berhubungan question mark, saya sedikit review untuk how to create a question, gimana cara membuat pertanyaan juga. So, this is a sample. You see that, kalian ada this one. Are you happy? Do you like the food? Did you send the letter? Can you reach her? So, remember that how you create, ini semua pakai question mark karena semuanya bentuk pertanyaan. And how do we know that this is a question dalam bahasa Inggris? Gimana kita tahu bahwa ini adalah satu bentuk kalimat tanya dalam bahasa Inggris? We can identify if this is a question in English by look at the sentence, lihat dulu kalimatnya. Jadi biasanya dalam bahasa Inggris, ingat ya, kalimat awal, kata awalnya pada saat membuat pertanyaan adalah ini dulu. Lihat, ada kata are, do, did, can. Ini semuanya bentuk modals, ya kan? Tunggu. Ini semuanya bentuk modals. Atau you can say to be juga boleh di situ. Kayak to be misalnya are, is. Are you ready? For example, this is to be. Are is the to be, ya. Do, modals or helping verb. Do, did, can, itu semuanya tidak di awal. Kemudian, what next? What come next? What come next is this one, the subject, right? You can find here you can find here the you, they are the, that is the subject. And then you also can find it depends, yeah. You could use the adjective or you can use the verb, tergantung. Look at this one. Ini ada sih kursornya. Okay. Look at this one. Are you happy? So, are is the to be. And then you is the subject. Happy is the adjective. So, when it comes to the adjective, ketika di sini biasanya ada adjective, then you can put the to be. Pakai to be di sini ketika di sini adjective. Atau adverb misalnya. Kayak gitu. Is it in Medan? Is it in Medan? Jadi setelah ada it sebagai subjeknya, in Medan itu adalah bentuk dari keterangan kan, keterangan tempat, adverb of place, keterangan tempat. So you put di situ awalnya adalah to be-nya. Is it in Medan? Are you happy? Are you ready? Dan seperti itu. But when it comes to the verb, ketika ada verb-nya seperti like atau ada send, ketika ada like, send, then you can start with do, does, atau did. Atau bisa pakai will juga. Will you go? Will you send the letter? So that's the difference, ya nak? Now, ini untuk kalimat yang yes, no questions, yang jawabannya yes, no. Untuk yang ini adalah yang WH questions. Jadi tinggal ditambahin aja what, who, where, what, when, itu tinggal tambahin di depannya. Baru tambahin dengan auxiliary verb atau modals atau to be-nya. That's very simple actually. Yang ini clear. I believe it is clear karena kita sudah bahas waktu ketika ketika kalian kelas 10 juga. Next. Oops. Can I erase this? Ini bisa dihapus nggak sih? Okay. This is the sample, the activity. Congratulations, pakai apa? Full stop atau pakai period? Pakai question mark? Or what? Hello? So this one use this symbol. Pakai exclamation mark. Use exclamation mark here. For congratulations. And then do most people think that governor was unaware of the theft? This one you can give the question mark. And then this one, do not open your test booklet until you are told to do so. Ini bentuk apa? Question mark atau exclamation mark?
Exclamation, sir.
Cool, yes. Ini bentuk ini ya, order, command, bentuk perintah. So you need the exclamation mark. Will the president attend the meeting?
Question mark.
Question
Question
mark.
mark, sir.
Cool. Oops. This one we need a question mark here, and then Jason put the dishes. This one is the period.
Period, sir.
Yeah, cool. Drawings. Then we move to the next slide. Next slide we talk about comma. Nah, comma ini yang paling sering, paling banyak salah. It's very tricky. Nah, look at this one. So the rules, yeah, the very common rules. Number one, when we're gonna use the comma, if you want to separate a list of 3 or more things. Jadi pakai koma ketika kita memisahkan atau membuat daftar lebih dari 3 bendanya, more than 3. But if you only put like 2, you don't need the comma. Look at the example. He speaks Mandarin and English. Ada 2 listnya, Mandarin and English. So you don't need to put the comma there. But when you put like 3, he speaks Mandarin, English, and Spanish, or even more than that, you can put like the comma in every single things you list. Okay. Number 2, it separates 2 sentences when there are, this is the conjunction fanboys. Ada for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Now, for this one, you put the comma. So, kalimat pertamanya dulu, clause yang pertama dulu, kemudian baru koma, and then you put this one. Apakah itu for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, baru kemudian only, ini seharusnya space ya, only 2 of them pass the test. Jadi jangan lupa, ada koma dulu, baru diikuti dengan fanboys. Believe or not, sometimes I found this in, saya jumpa ini di salah satu soal TOEFL waktu itu. Pernah saya coba bahas beberapa soal TOEFL, dan ada soal yang seperti ini di soalnya. Penggunaan fanboys, terus ada komanya. Very tricky. Gitu. And then another one, it separates introductory word or phrase from the rest of the sentence. Nah, biasanya untuk kalimat itu ada yang namanya simple sentence, ada yang namanya compound sentence, ada yang namanya complex sentence, dan compound and complex sentence. Bahasa Indonesia kalian juga belajar kalimat sederhana, kalimat majemuk gitu kan. So that's all you're gonna find those in English. Because of the heavy rains. Because of the heavy rains, itu adalah introductory phrase-nya. Dia dibuat koma dulu, kemudian baru many of the roads are flooding. Ini adalah kalimat utamanya, many of the roads are flooding. So you put the comma here in the introductory word or phrase. Jadi dia memberikan penjelasan dulu sebelum ke kalimat utamanya. Contoh kayak ini juga first you will need money, atau when you put the however and stops. Okay? Clear. Next is another one is the appositive. Jadi appositive itu adalah kata atau frasa yang ada di kata atau frasa yang digunakan untuk memberikan penjelasan tambahan terhadap satu kata sebelumnya. For example, Washington is the name of the president, right, of the US. The ex-president of US, I mean. Washington, terus ada ini yang positif namanya. The first president of the United States was clever military leader. Kalimat utamanya kan sebenarnya adalah the main sentence actually Washington was a clever military leader, and that is actually enough, gitu kan? Seharusnya enough. Nah, ditambahin a positive, ada tambahin frasa the first president of the United States. Nah, ditambahin ini untuk memberikan tambahan penjelasan terhadap Washington-nya. Jadi ada koma dulu nih. Nah, kemudian ada, oh, this one udah ya. Contohnya yang contoh pertama tadi. And then, not this one ya, nak. Ini tadi belum dihapus, sorry, my bad. Nanti saya perbaiki yang ini. Ini contohnya. And then, it's also related to adjective clause. Nanti kelas 12 kan akan belajar adjective clause. Mirip seperti appositive. Jadi adjective clause itu ada yang namanya definite dan indefinite. The difference is that kalau misalnya dia pakai apa nih namanya? The book that is on the desk is the main book for the class. There is no comma here. Nggak ada komanya di sini kan. Berarti benda yang dijelaskan, the book, kalimat utamanya adalah the main sentence is the book. Ini kalimat utamanya, the book is the main book for the class. Kemudian ditambahin dengan adjective clause-nya. Adjective clause itu dia menjelaskan tentang benda yang tadi. That is on the desk, yang ada di meja. The book that is on the desk, buku yang ada di meja, is the main book for the class. The main sentence is the book is the main book for the class. Tapi ditambahin informasi that is on the desk. Ini yang disebut sebagai adjective clause. Nah, di sini tidak ada koma karena informasi that is on the desk ini penting. It's very important. Biar lebih jelas buku yang mana. Which book yang dibicarain sebagai main book for the class itu buku yang mana? Oh, that book. The book that is on the desk. Makanya tidak perlu ada tanda komanya. But when you put the comma, sama kayak tadi, dia positif. Fungsinya sebenarnya nggak terlalu penting. Di situ informasinya. Look, the history of Korean. This is the name of the book. The history of the Korean is the main book for the class. And that's enough. Ini seharusnya ada titik ya. Ini ada titik di sini seharusnya. We'll stop. The history of Korean, which is on the desk, is the main book for the class. Now, which is on the desk, which is on the desk, this one is the phrase for, you know, giving it more information about the history of Korean, which means that the information is not actually important. The information is actually not important. Karena ada tanda koma di sini. Jadi agak mirip seperti di apositifnya. Bedanya adalah positif dia langsung frasa, yang ini dia pakai adjective clause di sini. Tapi nanti sebenarnya adjective clause-nya bisa hilang. Kalian akan belajar itu nanti ketika kelas 12. Oke, I think ya, ini salah satu contohnya. Coba lihat. Coba sama-sama kita ini enak. Waktunya sudah habis belum ya? Ya, kita bahas soalnya yang terakhir nih. For the past 15 years, Mary Parker has been both the director and producer of all the plays at this theater. Ini pakai komanya di mana? Where we gonna put the comma? Coba nih. Untuk yang ini kita buat komanya di mana? Ingat untuk ini introductory phrase-nya. For the past tense itu introductory phrase. Jadi komanya di sini. So you put the comma here. Nih. Oke. Kemudian I believe the best countries to visit in Africa are Senegal, Tunisia, and Ghana. Lihat, ada details, ada list informasi, ada berapa? Ada Senegal, Tunisia, and Ghana. Ada 3. Berarti di komanya ada di sini. Senegal, kemudian ada Tunisia, di sini juga koma, and Ghana. My brother who lives in San Salvador has 2 children. Ini perlu nggak koma di sini? Do we need the comma there? Ada informasi tambahan. I have only one brother. Jadi dia mau jelasin, mau memberikan informasi tentang abangnya yang tinggal di San Salvador itu ada 2 anak, tapi abangnya cuma 1. So we don't need to put the comma here untuk adjective clause-nya karena sudah jelas abangnya yang mana. But kalau misalnya if you want to put, actually you add here. Tapi kayaknya ini nggak perlu karena sudah ada penjelasan bahwa abangnya 1. Abangnya cuma 1, jadi ya dia mau bicara tentang apapun ya tetap abangnya abang yang itu dan everyone knows it. Ketika dia bicara dengan temannya. Alright, I think it's 9:20 already. Well, I think it's enough for today. Sebenarnya masih ada apostrophe, itu yang tanda konstruksi di atas. Kalian sudah belajar. Semikolon nanti ideasnya ada quotation mark juga. You can just read a little bit about this in the module I send you. Ada PPT juga modul yang saya kirim kemarin. Well, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for your participation today. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Jangan lupa tugasnya berarti disampaikan minggu depan. Presentasinya berarti minggu depannya lagi, since you have the exam. Ikutin tanda bacanya, punctuation and semicolonnya. Thank you.